This is Kevin. You might remember him from his recent hit film Fight Club, Cast Out, and a little more recently, Rocky IX, Crab Hammer. Unfortunately, things haven't been going so well for Kevin. Not everyone is happy about his recent rise to the top, and on the 17th of August this year, an attempt was made on his life. What happened? Not much is known. A word on the street says he was ambushed by a gang of amped up youths trying to make a name for themselves. During the incident, both of Kevin's claws were violently ripped off, leaving him unarmed and completely defenseless. Luckily, Kevin was able to escape and seek help while his attackers sucked the meat out of his claws. By now, you're probably wondering what the future holds for Kevin, and to be honest, it could go either way. In the wild, Kevin's chances of survival are about 1%, but here, with expert care, I'm hoping to save his life. So let's take a look at the care process for a crab with no claws. Welcome back. So we're just going to have a quick look at Kevin's little enclosure here, what I'm doing to feed him, and basically just anything that I'm doing to keep him alive. So as you can see, he's in a small little Tupperware container. It's basically a recreation of the standard paludarium setup for a vampire crab. Gravel underlay, a little bit of soil, some moss, some dead leaves, springtails to clean up any mess, and obviously a little bit of water because he's going to need to molt when he finally gets his recovery going. So moving on to the next part, and the most difficult part, is how to feed your crab and what to feed your crab. So in my situation, I've been feeding this little vampire crab slightly moistened fish food flakes and a few other different types of fish food. So the trick is to just moisten it a little bit so it becomes kind of like a sticky paste. Once you've done that, the crabs can then scoop it up with their two front legs. It's a little bit clumsy, and if you don't moisten the food, it doesn't stick to their their legs, so they can't bring it up to their mouth and it just falls off. So a little bit of moisture is key for this. I've got a little bit of footage here of him starting to practice how to use his two front legs to scoop food into his mouth. It's a little bit clumsy, but he definitely starts to figure it out in the end, and now after a couple of weeks he's really perked up, so he's definitely getting some nutrition out of this process. As well as the fish flakes and some of the other fish foods, I put a little bit of fresh food in there as well, some dried mealworms and other stuff, just small amounts. He seems to have more trouble with this stuff, but I put it in there anyway just in case he can actually eat it. And with a tiny little setup like this, springtails are really important because he is pretty clumsy and you're going to have food scraps everywhere, so it's nice to have the springtails keeping on top of everything. And that's pretty much the process. So we've gone on for about 2 and a bit weeks at the moment. I believe the longest I know of anyone keeping one alive without claws is 7 weeks, so I'm hoping to beat that, and I'm hoping he will actually molt, get his claws back, and make a full recovery. But time will tell. I'll keep you posted anyway. So that pretty much wraps up this video. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments and I'll let you know. If you haven't already spotted it, there's a little Easter egg in the very start of this video, a little intro, and you might spot a deliberate little error with one of the images. Let me know if you picked up on it. Anyway, if you're looking for more vampire crab content, this one's an important one to check out, so make sure you watch it. Thanks for sticking around this long, and I'll see you in another video. Cheers everyone.